Hey out there, guys, it's your boy Leroy Hawkson coming to you live once again in my domain. Yes, this is my room, this is my office, this is my domain. And we are here to talk about uh, the upcoming road to Bali, where we'll be seeing all our Ghanaian athletes or e-athletes, as we like to call them, take on each other for a spot at the IESF or International Esports Federation's World Esports Championships, PUBG, basically. And to help me on this journey to understand what is going on is one of the organizers of the competition, Isaac Einstein, as he likes to be called, but I call him Isaac Nyantakyi. Isaac,
Yeah.
welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Laura. How are you?
I'm all doing very, very well. So
Good,
yeah,
good.
Ghana is going for its qualifiers for Bali 2022 for the 14th IESF World Esports Championships. And you seem to be handling the PUBG side of everything. Could you tell us how has that been going on?
This year we've had the mandate given to us by the Ghana Esports Association to organize and bring forth players for PUBG Mobile. These players are going to represent Ghana in the 14th version of the IESF tournament in Bali, Indonesia, this year in December. And so basically, we have started leagues that we have played in previously from, I think, March, April, May, June. We actually ended in the first week of June. And now we want to more or less grant everything in the finale. We want to pretty much bring everybody together and then have a LAN event where we can select the top players to go and represent Ghana in that particular final.
And you seem to have gone all out for this event, going to various regions in the country, getting the gamers ready. Was it really a hassle for you to take on something this big?
It was extremely difficult. The easy way out would have been to do everything online,
Yeah.
right? But unfortunately, during the course of the competition, because I'm very passionate about the space, I looked critically into some of the challenges that we're facing during the leagues, right? Most of the time, the people that were winning the battles and the people that were winning the games were usually Accra based. Now, that predominantly was coming from the fact that they had better network. So it wasn't as if the players outside Accra didn't have were not good players, but it was just because the network was bad. So that more or less motivated me to try and give them a neutral ground, an open space for everybody to be in one area, one time with the same type of network and to go head to head. That was the only way I would have been convinced of the team that was going to represent Ghana. So it's basically more or less helping and grooming these players to go and prepare them for the international tournament because the international tournament is going to be a LAN event. So if we play online, they will be disenfranchised and they wouldn't have practiced enough or they wouldn't have had the environment that will give them the opportunity to really propel their skills. So we try and create a similar environment for them in terms of having a LAN event with audience and pressure and a good network to so that when they go to Bali, at least it wouldn't be a new thing to them.
So can you tell us more about the qualifiers before this grand final? How many people, how many teams, and how many individuals did we see compete in these qualifiers?
So in the beginning, people were a bit skeptical. So what people were not sure of whether it was really going to happen or not. So we started with 16 teams in the beginning, right? And after 4 weeks, we leveled that up to the top eight. Then after the top eight, we registered a bunch of new 16 teams. Now we call these new 16 teams the wild cards. So basically, everything has happened, and you guys we have rejuvenated themselves. People were in the bottom eight, including other eight who have just come in from the next 16. Then out of that, we took another eight and then joined it with the first group. So that makes it a total of 60. So that's how we got the qualifiers. We wanted to open it up to everybody so that everybody can be involved in the space.
Mm. And was it difficult to find the teams in Ghana? Was it a struggle to find these teams that actually play PUBG? Because when it comes to Ghana, I know Ghana for more of FIFA, eFootball, Mortal Kombat, and the like, but not really PUBG. So was it a
Interestingly, we
difficult?
find we find we find a very interesting pattern here. A lot of people play PUBG, but they probably haven't thought of it as a career-based sport or an e-sports. So a lot of people play PUBG. You'll be surprised. A lot of people do play PUBG, except they play it casually. So we're trying to navigate and migrate them from the the place of playing it casually to the place of playing and making money from it and becoming something out of what you're playing. So we got a lot of people, coming forth and saying, "Oh, I play, but I don't have a team. Oh, I play, I don't have a team." So the people that had teams were the people that registered. But we do know there's a huge community, and as time goes on, all of these people that were playing casually will end up forming teams one day, and it will have a massive and a buoyant community.
So how has the IESF also reacted to your qualifiers so far? Have they
Well, so far
reacted at all?
we've been tagging them on Instagram and social media. They have been talking with the Ghana Esports Association. They are watching us closely. They are happy with the progress, and hopefully, after this particular grand finale is done, we would see more support coming in from them. But I think we are one of the very few countries that have really taken this to the next level in terms of organizing it like this.
Yeah, speaking about next level, my God, what the plan you have in store for us? Oh my God, we have
Yes.
FIFA Foot 2v2. We have mobile game development, we are going to be seeing some renowned esports enthusiasts. VR games will be on show, and a special guest from Microsoft. Can you tell us
Yeah.
more? Get into it. Tell us more. This looks impressive.
Well, with the FUT, we chose FUT because we wanted to promote online gaming, because online gaming is definitely the future. You can play online games, but you can play as a team, right? So we realized a lot of people are playing the normal FIFA where they choose the normal teams. But this time we want people to come and play Ultimate FIFA, but not just as an individual, but as a team. So we're taking it to the next level, and that would include playing via the internet. So that was what motivated that. And we also didn't want the FIFA to be the main event, because PUBG was the main event. If we have done it the normal FIFA where everybody chooses any team that they want, it would have been very, very difficult to handle the FIFA crowd versus the PUBG crowd. So the FUT kind of limits the amount of people that will play FIFA, but it will be bringing people who are very, very good in building the team, because it takes a long time to actually build a really good ultimate team online and to actually think you can compete with it. So that would naturally sieve, you know, the amount of people who would want to come and play FIFA. And also we also got VR. VR is one of our biggest achievements, getting VR into the venue. We're going to have about three VR stands. With the Oculus, we're going to have console VR as well, so people can come and experience. Because a lot of people have games on their phones and on console, but not necessarily a VR experience. So we want to use that opportunity also to, showcase the VR experience. And we've got brilliant, amazing, renowned esports enthusiasts. We've got the likes of Marlon Adams coming to us from the United States. Marlon is going to send us a video. We've got Gabriel Achu is also going to be sending us a video about what is happening in the space in esports. We've got Kwesi Hayford going to give us a presentation from the Ghana Esports Association. We've got Kobachi Banks coming in from the Call of Duty scenery to also come and give us some form of presentation. In the mobile game development, we've got Joseph Asante, who is a mobile game developer in Ghana, right here in Ghana, a young lad who developed games, and he's going to show us some of the games he's developed and how he got into the space and the careers that can be built from these games as well. And especially with the Microsoft HQ person. He is a personal friend of mine, and I've asked him to come and give us a talk as to what Microsoft plans to do in Africa, because Microsoft just bought they just bought Call
Activision,
of Duty, Activision. So
Activision
that
Blizzard,
is
yeah.
huge. They've got massive plans, and hopefully, he's gonna be either he's gonna be there live, or he's gonna send us a video and wish his regards, so that everybody knows at least we're on the radar of some big telcos. So it kind of gives that motivation to continue to do more. So trust me, it's going to be amazing. And let me not forget, there's going to be food, right? We have lots of vendors coming in there. There's no esports without food.
Yeah.
So there's going to be food, vendors with very cheap and discounted prices. There's going to be food and drinks, and then there's also going to be paintball, right? So for those who will finish their PUBG on their mobile phone, they'll come live, and let's see how best they can actually aim, not with their mobile phone, but with the actual, paintball gun. That will also be there. Well, and most importantly, socialization. The social effect is extremely important, and especially in this generation. So that social effect will be really pushed in terms of people socializing, making new friends, and just vibing and enjoying a wonderful esports time.
Mm. It feels like you're setting up a game festival instead of a grand final for a competition.
Yes, yes. We want it to be grand,
Mm.
and you need audience for it to be grand.
And for something like this, you're going to need a huge space, and you are going to be having this event at the Christ Family Crusaders Church. How did you convince them to open up their home to you for this?
Okay, so I'm a proud Christian, first of all, and I believe in the Bible, and I believe that Jesus Christ came to die for our sins. And one of the things that we're taught as Christians is we need to love our neighbors as ourselves, and we need to go out into the world and evangelize. Now, the thing is, the way things were done in the past have changed, right? Christians are the dominant force or the dominating religion in Ghana, right? But yet, when we are placed in places of power, we don't tend to see that change happening, right? So my thought to the church was, your youth are going outside to have these kinds of fun. They're playing games, they're making money, they're doing all sorts of things outside the church in a very insecure place and a very dangerous place in quote. I'm talking in terms of as a Christian. Why not bring your youth back into the church, back to Christ in a very secure environment and a safe environment where they can practice what they are already doing? Now, in that particular sense, you can streamline their minds and their thoughts into the Christian way. And I'm not saying we're going to make people Christians, but we're saying moral values. The values that we expect in esports can be portrayed in Christianity as well. So that space will be a confined environment for them to have fun, but also respect that there's a higher authority in Christ Jesus.
Honestly, I've come to realize like it seems like esports is really rapidly growing in the country. It seems like people recently have been coming out, holding events, and being able to attract people to support their vision for esports and the like. What do you make of this? What do you make of this rapid rise? And where do you think it started from? Where do you think the point started where companies started to look at esports and say, you know what, this might be a very profitable endeavor for us to get into.
Thank you for that question. What is interesting is one of the things that bring camaraderie in a team is sports or entertainment. So, for instance, when you go to a bar, a lot of Ghanaians go to a bar to watch a football game, probably as individuals and randos. Now, the thing is, after the end of the game or during the game, they form friends. Some of them don't even know each other's names. Charlie, what's up? Hey, boss. And that's how friendships are formed.
Yeah.
And friendships that have lasted lifetimes have been formed from these events or from these weekly events. So the same way it goes for esports as well. Young people, this generation, one of the ways you can help this generation to socialize, and to also connect amongst each other is through esports. Nothing can be done without collaboration. I've met so many wonderful people through this esports. Last year, for instance, during my birthday, I organized a birthday party at my place, and I invited all the Call of Duty boys that I used to play with on the WhatsApp group page. Would you surprise? I had over 40 people in my house that day, and 99% of the people that showed up didn't know each other physically. We've all met virtually,
Yeah.
been friends for months. Some have been friends for years on the game. Never met physically. That birthday of mine brought everybody together. So that was when we had a round table and everybody said their real names and their game names, and it was just amazing. Oh, so you are this. Oh, you are that. Oh, you are this. You are that. That After that particular event, we formed stronger bonds. So esports can be used as a way for people to socialize and for people to make friends and build relationships that would probably last the end of time. So it's very, very important that we try and navigate really well. Because right now the generation is online. Now the kids nowadays don't go to swings and playgrounds like before. Everybody's at home, right? On their iPad, on their PC. So that is where they can connect to. So you need to create an avenue for them to connect in that space, and that is via esports. Teams have been built on esports. Millions of dollars have been built around teams in esports. So it's not just relationships and socialization, but also you can make a team that will go on to win multinational tournaments.
Yeah. 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 I for one feel like of like recently of late the sports has been really doing well in the country. I feel
Hmm.
like it might have started when the Commonwealth Games were announced and esports was said to be included. And then afterwards, the GFA also came on board and said, you know what, we too, we are going to be having our esports national team and compete in the FIFA E Nation Series. Those two
Hmm.
events seem to have really catapulted esports to another level that it seems like people are more open to, getting involved with the sports.
Absolutely, and it is incredible that the
Yeah.
GFA actually used that opportunity to also showcase what they can do in the space, and it was a brilliant program. And hopefully, they continue to do that, and they continue to involve more people in the space so that we can collaborate and make ourselves proud.
Yeah. Sooner or later, hopefully sooner or later, uh, we'll get to the levels of the Europeans and the Asians. We are not there yet.
Absolutely.
We are not
We're
there
not there,
yet.
but we're really
Um,
close.
yeah,
Is we just need to put a few structures in place. The first structure that we need to put in place is the telcos. The telcos need to understand that this space is happening, and this space is where they need to get themselves involved in. They need to get themselves involved in terms of making data plans for gamers, and most importantly, try and get service into the region.
yeah,
Getting service into the region is going to absolutely propel esports to greater dimensions that they would not be able to imagine. They actually think people play games and don't spend money, but you're wrong. People play games and spend a lot of money.
yeah.
I bought my Call of Duty game for about $60 or $70. I have spent more in the skins and the colors of the guns than the game itself. And I'm not the only person. Every month or two, there's a battle pass. We buy a battle pass for like 100 CDs or so every month for a month and a half. And we're buying skins, we're buying the latest gun skins, and all of those microtransactions. It's a lot of money. Imagine the telcos can actually imagine you're buying PUBG skin, but instead of buying it with a credit card, you can buy it with your Momo. That is money for the telcos. All the
Yeah.
people across the nation or across West Africa buying PUBG skins or making transfers or transactions in game using mobile money. That is revenue generation for the telcos. But they have got to understand this space and have got to invest in the quality of experience that we get on their network. The pings are terrible, and so we definitely need the server in the country. That would really solve a lot of the disadvantages that we have in esports. And hopefully they can hear us, but I guess we're gonna have to keep making noise.
Yeah, because uh, during the FIFA E Nations series, I spoke after Ghana was knocked out. I spoke to Prince Jonas, and he claimed that the servers were just, they played home on a server that was favorable to them, not necessarily really favorable, but it was
Hmm.
closer to them. And once it came to their away matches, the other teams picked a server that was way beyond our
We
capabilities, and they got completely and utterly trashed. So the servers are one thing that
absolutely
is very important that the nation gets. The continent, not say nation, the continent gets.
yes, the continent,
It's,
yeah.
yeah, it's something that is really important. But yeah,
And
well,
unfortunately, Africa has been divided into its own regions by the telcos.
yeah.
So you can't necessarily say Africa. We have to say East Africa, South Africa, West Africa, North Africa, because there's no you can't do anything that you can incorporate the whole of Africa. It has to be in those particular regions. And so those servers have to be in those regions like that, unfortunately. But hey, we're gonna keep making noise and let's see how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah, yeah. So before I let you go, who's your favorite to win the grand final? You've been watching
The
this
PUBG
whole,
Grand Final.
yeah, who's your favorite?
To be honest, it's gonna be hard to
Mm,
tell.
mm.
My money would have gone for Mythic Souls. Mythic Souls are a group that they're outside Accra, but they've been doing really well with their deteriorated network. And then we've also got interesting people get to youth and a couple of teams that would really surprise us. So I don't want to jinx anything, but trust me, these guys are top guys, and it'll be amazing to watch these guys play. So you have definitely got to make it a point in time and try and be there. And hopefully, Leroy yourself, you're gonna be there. I'm gonna see you.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be there. I have to make sure that I see the distraction, and oh, I'm actually looking forward to the VR and the paintball.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
that's what I'm looking
right.
forward to, and also the talks by various renowned esports and gaming individuals. That's something I'm also looking forward to seeing as well. But yeah, Isaac, this is how we are going to wrap up this meeting. It's been a pleasure having you. It's always a pleasure having you. We still need to talk
Absolutely.
about Motherland Gaming TV. We'll
Yep.
sit down, we'll talk about it from start to finish until I am
Hmm.
bored. Then we can go. But like, it's been a pleasure having you. But this is how we are going to wrap it up. If you are looking forward to watching the competition, or you are interested in taking part in any of the uh, activities that are going to be on show, the grand final of the Bali Qualifiers is going to be on the 2nd of July at 9 a.m. at the Christ Family Crusaders Church in Dome. Um, and I believe it's also going to be streamed live on Ghana, Motherland Gaming TV as well. So
Yeah,
if you're interested in
yeah.
that, you can get to Twitch or YouTube, and you can get your taste of what's going on. But if you're not there live, I don't know what you are doing. But well,
You
that's
have
how
to
we
be there
wrap it.
live.
You have to be, right? So yeah,
Yes.
that's how it has to go. Thank you so much for listening and watching. My name has been Leroy Hawkson, and this has been Esports Africa News.